Hello and welcome to the second edition of Debbie's Dots. What dots am I going to be joining today? The reason I'm joining dots is to throw them to you. What do you think? So let's start. Do you know this man, Pat McFadden? Here you go, there's a nice picture of him. This is the new Minister for DWP and he's hardline. Have a look at his history. You'll see that he's been involved with Blair, Mandelson, Gordon Brown. Getting the picture. Hardline. So Pat McFadden is now Secretary of State for DWP. Let's move on to the Institute for Fiscal Studies, who say the role of changing health in rising health-related benefit claims. Well, isn't this what Ed Dowd said? That benefit claims were going to go soaring, because they have. And according to this, we have 4 million 16 to 64-year-olds now claiming either disability or incapacity benefits. Let that sink in. The Institute for Fiscal Studies also say there has been a significant rise in people to the point where they don't know why. They don't know why. Well, I can tell them why, and I bet you can too. If we go on and we look at the conclusion, they can say that they've found compelling evidence that mental health has worsened since the pandemic. They can't find the physical illnesses, oh no, but this is about mental health. So you can see where we're going on this. Mental health, people with disabilities, they're being shut down. As you can see from DNS Disability News Service, DWP have imposed a gagging order on disabled members of new advice panels. Gagging people with disabilities. And I just want to bring your attention to the MHRA, because I do love to come back to the MHRA. The MHRA are speeding up clinical trial applications. They should be going through in 60 days, but they're putting them through in 40. How lucky is that? Clinical trials approved 40 days. That's on top of medicines licensing. But I want to tell you about new clinical trials that are underway. This, I think, is very serious. I want to introduce you to Clerkenwell Health. This is Clerkenwell Health, an NHS embedded clinical trial site opening for mental health conditions. Yes, you heard right. Mental health conditions, clinical trials. The site, for those of you that want to know, is going to be in Doncaster, so keep an eye out there. They say that they're going to be running in partnership with the NHS. They say that deaths related to drugs and alcohol, depression, anxiety have risen. In fact, they've soared. And Clerkenwell Health are welcoming the pace at which this is being done. They've got a new model, so they're going to be combining public and private strengths. Oh, PPPs, private-public partnerships. There's another one. But they want you to sign up to the trial on, guess what? The NHS app. So let's go to Clerkenwell Health. Let's have a look. Here's their front page. And you can see I've put the big red arrow in, join a trial. That is the aim of the game. But look what they say. Our rare expertise in mental health and psychedelic assisted trials allows us to move faster and deliver better results. I'll let that sink in as well. Let's go on and see why. Why here? Why in the UK? Well, the UK, as we know, and as I have been warning, has become one of the world's most supportive environments for innovative drug developers, all thanks to the MHRA. You'll see a little tiny slide at the bottom there of ILAP, which is the Innovative Licensing and Access Pathway. And that is what they're using to speed up clinical trials. Come to the UK. We can get our citizens on a clinical trial, mental health one. Looking ahead, 5 more sites. Yeah. Oh, they're going big on this, folks. And what do they call it? Science for the soul. Sound inviting? No. So let's have a look at the map of where they think they're going to put these Clerkenwell Health, and there you can see where they're going to be putting them all around the country. And who are they going to be targeting? Well, as you can see, psychiatry, so depression, PTSD, anxiety, eating disorders, substance use disorders, ADHD, autism spectrum disorders, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, dementia. They're going to be experimenting on all of these people. But what are psychedelics? The UK government wouldn't allow that, surely. Yes, they would. Here's UK Parliament post, psychedelic assisted therapy to treat anxiety disorders. So you go to the doctor, got anxiety, what are you going to get? Well, let's go on, because here's another from UK Parliament which tells you that they're going to be using LSD, DMT, ketamine, MDMA, ecstasy, and psilocybin, magic mushrooms. They're going to be using these and seeing under supervised therapy how they help anxiety. Controlled clinical trials are investigating how some psychedelic drugs in combination with therapy can be used with patients. Getting the picture? Well, NPR are getting the picture here. 1 and 1 dose of LSD keeps anxiety at bay. And you can see the study, a little thumbnail there of the study, single treatment with MM120 in general anxiety disorder. And let's go on to another study, because I want to show you the evidence so that you can join the dots. Have I joined the dots right? Do you agree with the dots? The psychedelic future of post-traumatic stress disorder treatment. A lot of people with PTSD right now. How many are going to be given LSD, and to what effect? But that's not all. NHS access to medical cannabis, don't you know, could unlock 13.3 billion, return thousands to work. Medical cannabis, LSD, ketamine, DMT, ecstasy, and more. Experimentation behind closed doors in semi-secure facilities with vulnerable people. Those are my dots. How do you feel about my dots? Give me your feedback, give me your comments, good and bad. Let me know what you think. And on that note, there'll be another Debi's Dots very soon, but thank you for watching, thank you for listening. If you like, please share, and don't forget, keep smiling.